I am not an influencer. I am actually a 9 to 5 girly, and I'm going to talk about business dress codes. I find that business dress codes for no reason are very, very confusing. And I think that when you are changing jobs or when you are new in an industry or if you graduated and got a job, first off, congrats. The market is terrifying and scary, and I am not jealous of anyone, but dress codes are really confusing. Like you can see in an employee handbook or a manual that they will define it, and it's still not helpful. So I find that they will write it in an employee handbook and say, you need to dress business casual, business professional, and they don't really specify what that means because dress codes are really up to interpretations. So I really want to start talking about how to actually dress at work, how to present yourself at work. I'm still torn if I want to make this a whole series, but let's dive into what dress codes are at work. The reasons why a majority of my videos are about dress codes and what I wear to work is because that's where I spend 5 days of my week. I definitely have to have my closet be pretty much 70% about going to the office, being office professional. The rest are lounging, hanging out, going to the gym, and dressing up and looking cute. So I'm going to talk about business casual before anything because I feel like that is the most common workspace dress code nowadays. I feel like a lot of companies, to be more accessible, to attract more Gen Z and millennials, they're like, we're business casual. And the problem is business casual to someone who is 50, who is a CEO, is going to be very different than business casual to someone who is, 19, who's an intern. You're going to find that it really varies. And business casual is a little bit closer to, if we were to define a spectrum of dress codes, you would go Donna from Suits, and then you would have Silicon Valley and wearing nothing but sweatshirts and zip-ups. You know, Mark Zuckerberg before he rebranded. And you want to be basically closer to the Mark Zuckerberg half, but not so close that you're wearing flip-flops in the office. I don't care if you wear flip-flops in the office. My thing is, I live in San Diego. I work in San Diego. A lot of what you're going to see me wear happens to be based off of my climate. So a lot of my clothes are San Diego business professional or business casual San Diego. And if you are wondering if you can do things like wear flip-flops to the office, just do one thing, and that is to look at the oldest women you work with. No one is going to judge your outfit more than the women you work with. Women that you work with are truly the ones who define the dress codes. When you get reported or written up at work for what you're wearing, majority of the time it's a middle-aged woman who's telling someone that they shouldn't be showing too much body or too much cleavage, or they're saying that you should not be presenting your natural hair per se. Dress codes are actually very problematic in my opinion, and a lot of times certain companies run by certain people will definitely judge you by your appearance, and this standard is way worse for women of color, bigger women, younger women, surprisingly, older women. It's going to really change based off of who you are. That's a really terrible thing, and I hate that. I'm really lucky that I currently work in a space that does let me wear whatever I want. I wore a t-shirt and jeans the last few days because I had to do physical labor at work, and they were fine with it. Kona, are you wearing your leather leash? Kona! Come on up. Come on up. Come sit with Mom. Kona, come here. No, come here. She said no to this video. Hi, Conies. Oh, let's take off your harness. Yay! No outside clothes on the couch. Kona, what do you think? Great. Business professional, business casual, again, will vary based off of your climate, the culture of your office, and even where your office is located. So what business casual is in Manhattan is going to be vastly different than business casual here in San Diego. Just keep in mind when you are thinking about how you want to dress at work, the best thing to do is actually look into, I would even say Reddit, to find those customs. Like if you're moving to a new city, to have them define it for you. I've actually had people email me before they start jobs of like brand new coworkers saying, hey, what is the actual dress code there? And I will write out the vibe and the energy of the office in a very professional way to say, we like jeans and a t-shirt, but it wouldn't hurt if you brought a cardigan or a blazer. So the core definition is professional and casual. Not helpful, I completely understand that. But you want it to be professional, but not formal. You can definitely, I honestly believe that it's better to dress up a little bit than to dress down, but you don't want to be so formal that you're wearing a suit every single day, but is a space that will probably let you wear a suit, but it's not so casual that you're coming in sweats. You want neat, tailored, modest, comfortable, and versatile. Honestly, you could build a wardrobe with several things that would be really... There are a lot of things you can put together in this definition. A question that you might have is, can I wear jeans? And this is not going to be very helpful, I am very sorry to say, but that kind of depends. Can I wear jeans is really going to be based off of your workspace. I have had friends who work in business casual offices and they can wear jeans, and I have friends who work in business casual offices at different companies and they can't wear jeans. It varies from person to person. If you want a hot tip besides just looking at the older women in your office, I would also reach out to an admin or an executive assistant. That is honestly the biggest key tip I have here, because the definition is so blurry, because it's hard to define. Reaching out to an EA or an administrative assistant is probably going to be their best bet, because not only do they know the ins and outs of every single part of the company, they also know how their C-level executives, their VPs, their SVPs, their presidents, they know how they're going to react to your outfit. Email them first. And it's also a great way to introduce yourself and, again, have someone know who you are, because if you sound excited and you're curious and you're thrilled to join the company, and the first thing you do is you ask, honestly, the expert on everything, ask that assistance. It is the weirdest job of all time. So let's talk about what actually defines business casual. I actually wrote this down because I've been thinking about it all week. Because I work in a business casual office, and I have almost exclusively worked in business casual offices, except for when I started off and I was a business professional office, and I'll get to that in another video. But let's talk about what you can and can't wear by actual items. So tops, think button-down shirts, cute blouses, knit sweaters, polo shirts. Can you wear a t-shirt? Yes, but the t-shirt is the only casual piece that you will wear in that outfit. If you are going to wear a white tee, you're going to put a cardigan or a blazer on it, trousers, and then heels. If you are going to have one casual element, everything else needs to be a little bit more professional and elevated. So bottoms, slacks, chinos, pencil skirts. I'm actually a huge fan of pencil skirts. Think tailored skirts. Even flowy skirts are something you could wear if you have everything else a little bit more polished, and dark jeans depending on the workplace. So light jeans for me are really going more towards just casual. I think business casual, you want dark jeans. I actually have a pair of black jeans that I wear all the time. I'll link them down below. You've seen me style them if you've watched any of my videos. But these black jeans I will actually even wear as trousers, and no one has ever been able to tell or comment. Let's talk about shoes. If your office is truly, truly relaxed, you can wear tennis shoes. Can you wear beat up Vans or Converse that you've had forever? I would not recommend it. However, can you wear those very, I hate to say it, but plain white sneakers, those leather bound white sneakers? Yeah, absolutely. Loafers are, in my opinion, the best casual shoe you can wear to an office. I have the same Vivaya pair I've been wearing obsessively. I walk my dog in them all the time, and they're versatile. My problem is I don't really want to advocate for you to wear high heels, because I find that having to wear high heels in a workspace, especially if you have to move around a lot, I don't think that's a good standard to set for women. I also don't want you to feel like you have to wear high heels and get knee problems. So low heels and then ankle boots. Those are my go-to. I'll list some of my favorite pieces that I have for office casual down below, but I would say that I would really avoid the super casual sneaker, and I would really go towards really comfortable but slightly elevated shoes. I am a huge fan of wearing flats, and if you are living in a place where toes are shown all the time, like in Southern California, I would say I would not go for flip-flops, but a strappy sandal, absolutely fine. And when it comes to accessorizing, you want everything to be minimal, not overly flashy. Let's talk about what is not business casual. Athleisure. Sorry to say, it's not appropriate unless if it is written in your employee handbook, you are pushing it. If you have a job that is physical, then absolutely wear it. I really don't think that you should not have be able to wear leggings if you're going to be lifting a bunch of stuff and running around. Ripped jeans are an absolute hard no. I don't even own ripped jeans anymore. Ripped jeans are not supposed to be in your vernacular in your closet when it comes to business casual. Really short skirts. Can you wear shorts to the office? Sure. I'm currently wearing a pair of tailored shorts and I'm sitting in a way that shows a lot of leg, but you can wear trouser shorts, but I would just say go like middle school dress code, where make sure that you are not showing anything too far up the knee. Super short shorts, Daisy Dukes, absolutely not, but somewhat elongated trouser shorts. I would make sure that they're trouser shorts versus denim shorts. Like, can you pull that Adam Sandler look? Totally not in the office. And anything that just looks sloppy. I hate to say it, but we are kind of defined by how we appear at work. Like, what I would wear to the office is very different than what I would wear to brunch with my friends, or what I would wear to the gym or the beach. You want to just look really elevated. My favorite way of being business casual is just incorporating casual pieces. If I'm gonna wear jeans, I'm gonna wear a blouse, I'm gonna wear a sweater, I'm gonna wear heels or ankle boots or strappy sandals because I work in a casual office and I live in San Diego. That's the way I'm going to do it. If I'm going to wear tennis shoes, I am going to wear trousers. I'm going to wear a blouse. I'm going to wear a blazer. If I am going to wear a white tee, like I said before, everything else is going to be elevated. My advice when it comes to business casual is if you are going to have one casual piece, everything else needs to be elevated. If you just want to balance that casual piece with everything else. I have worn tank tops to work, but I've also worn a cardigan over it, and I've worn skirts with that and trousers with that versus just wearing a tank top and jeans. Can you? It really depends on your workspace. I would, again, look at the older women in your office. So my styling tips for this, you want to focus on the fit. I would say that tailoring is going to elevate your most basic pieces. Even if you get a pair of trousers from a thrift store and have a tailor actually fit them towards you, those are going to be such a great fit for you. I've done that a lot. I would not recommend that with jeans because of the way that jeans are printed, but you can get it with a pair of trousers, and it's a fantastic way to make sure that they just look fantastic. Neutral colors tend to lean a little bit more on the professional side. That being said, I work at a company where my CEO is a woman and she's wearing bright pink and bright green all the time and looks fantastic. Again, that varies from person to person. I think you can, but that just depends on how fun your office. Like if you're at a law firm and you're wearing a bright pink dress, this is not... Elle Woods would probably have a few conversations in her professional career about the amount of pink that she wears. It's unfair, I know, but I would just, if you are just starting off, I would add those elements in slowly. I wouldn't just come in neon green. This also varies based off of your industry. Right now, we're seeing a lot of dialogue about that woman on TikTok who is wearing certain dresses as a TikTok teacher, but it's also based off of her body because they want her to be extra mega conservative. As a woman who is a teacher, she's going to have to be extra mega conservative. In a corporate setting, in finance, in law firms, you're definitely going to have to be closer to that professional side more than you are going to be to that casual side. You want to lean a little bit closer to how serious your industry is. If you are in tech or creative, I feel like jeans, tank tops, totally fine as long as you add a certain element to it. I feel like they just put those in there just to basically say don't come in sweatpants to work because they have people who would come in sweatpants to work. And if you are someone who's like in a client-facing role, if you're in sales per se, step up the game. I would actually lean way harder towards professional than casual. I would not be coming to your first day in t-shirt and jeans. I would not be coming with a graphic tee and a skirt. I would absolutely be going slacks or a pencil skirt, a blouse, a cardigan, heels, or loafers. That's how I would play it, because if you're in a client-facing role, you want to represent your company. And if you represent your company well, your company is going to like you more. And I don't feel like this is the job market to piss off your employer. So I'm going to really close this by saying I don't think that dress codes should be a hard and fast rule. It's going to vary from so many things. It's going to vary based off of what country you're in, what state you're in, what city you're in, even what county you're in. It's really going to vary from place to place. I am in between San Diego. I'm like right by Orange County, and I would say that Orange County dress codes are significantly different than San Diego dress codes. The best outfits, in my opinion, when it comes to getting ready for work are professional, but you can still feel like yourself and still feel like you can get a lot done in the day. Do I think dress codes are problematic? Yes, but you should be able to absolutely get things done and be professional. And the last thing you want to do is have someone talk to you, someone pull you from HR that's going to tell you that you're not dressed appropriately. I'm also making this video with the caveat knowing that this is going to change. Absolutely, what is considered an appropriate dress code will absolutely change in like 5 years. And it's super silly, but it's true. It's going to change. That being said, wear what makes you feel comfortable, wear what makes you feel professional, but no one's going to complain to you. That's basically it. Congratulations on your new job, and I hope to see you guys in another video.